So, what does it look like to co create with your audience? Especially if you have an active online community or active Facebook group that's supporting your podcast or connected to your podcast audience. Really want you to think through one of the ways that you can foster engagement, but also grow your show with the areas that your audience is interested in and is asking to hear from them, right? So, what does it mean to co create? Well, let's say, for example, you have that online community, you have that Facebook group. Start by surveying them. Start by asking them questions like episode topics that they would like to hear, guests that they would like to see. Like, really just engage them in that editorial content outline process. I mean, you're always constantly as a podcaster looking for more content, more guests. And it's very helpful to know that the content you're putting out there is actually resonating with your audience. And if there's a certain area they want to know more about, find out through the survey. And also, like, bring them into your creation process. So let's say, for example, you already have an active podcast, but you may be rebranding it, for example. Like with Journey to There, after 100 episodes, I had a co host up to 100 episodes, and then I rebranded the whole show because I was going to be a solo host. So that meant new music beds, new voiceovers, new cover art. And I put it out to my audience and I gave them different choices of music beds to weigh in on, different voiceovers to select, different color palettes. And so they had been a part of the process with me for 100 episodes, but I was making a big change and I wanted to make sure I kept my audience intact. So I brought them into the process of being a decision maker about the changes that I was making with my show. So ask them to vote on it, run competitions for names, or even if you're not rebranding your entire podcast, this strategy can work for you. Let's say you want to add a secret sauce segment to your show, or you want to add a Q&A show part to your show, or you want to add a takeaway segment. Ask your audience, what is it that they're missing? Do they want behind the scenes bloopers as opposed to a Q&A? You may think a Q&A is like the greatest thing ever, and they may be like, no, we want more bloopers. So you just never know, but you will never know unless you ask. And then speaking of Q&A segments, this is an amazing way to get your audience involved. So capture their questions, either have them comment on social media posts, use an audio recorder program like SpeakPipe on your website, or ask them just to record on their phones and send that to you, like the message or email you the MP3s, and then have those questions actually integrated into your podcast, especially if you are monetizing your show through selling your own products and services and focus on consulting and coaching, because the more people can hear your expertise and your perspective on your expertise in terms of how you are talking through industry trends or really solving a pain point or a problem, then that makes you more, it gives your clients, your new clients, a bigger appetite for wanting to work with you. And they're actually hearing you in real time answer questions where you, again, can showcase that expertise. There's also like fun things you can do, like going live in your Facebook groups, or just doing lives like this LinkedIn Live, just to be able to put out there to your audience some of the thoughts that you're thinking about. If you're pivoting your show or you're adding a new product or service, like put it out there and then have people comment back to you. So there's just multiple ways that you can increase your engagement by just asking for the engagement, but with a sincere and authentic desire to be better, grow better, and have people be a part of the co-creation process with you. And the possibilities are really endless because the feedback that you will get will be priceless.